Hello and welcome back to our first spring show of the 2024 semester. I'm Joe McCurdy.
I'm Avery Jamerson.
And Avery, congratulations, you've made it up to the host chair. We're glad to have you.
Very happy to be here. A little intimidated, but very happy.
No, you're natural, trust me. So how was your break? Welcome back to campus.
My break was pretty good. Very eventful. One of the highlights, or also low points, so my parents moved and we need to find a new doggy daycare place, right? So as we do, we set up an interview for our two dogs, Bo and Lady, and Lady did amazing.
Okay.
Very sweet little miniature schnauzer. Bo, on the other hand, he's a dorky, so it's got a bit of that like dachshund in him, barks a lot. He failed. He failed his interview.
Well, I believe in second chances, so.
I do too. And the thing is that we were told that he growled at another dog, which, all right, I mean, I don't know their whole system for deciding what dogs get in or do not, but they did say that they will give him another chance in the future. So at least that.
Fingers crossed. Well, speaking of second chances, we got some, second interviews over on the other side. So we'll catch up with you later.
Good evening, I'm John O'Rice.
And I'm Brenton Jennings. Hey, we have some exciting news stories to get into. Let's get right into it. Last Friday, the United Nations top court, the International Court of Justice, ordered Israel to prevent further acts of genocide in Gaza. The ruling, however, did not call on Israel to suspend its military campaigns in the Palestinian enclave, as South Africa requested. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated that the court's decision to even discuss the genocide charges was a, quote, mark of shame that will not be erased for generations. Friday's ruling related only to South Africa's request for emergency measures, and the final court's decision by the court could reportedly take years to determine. Judge Joan Donoghue, the ICJ's president, expressed concerns regarding the situation in Gaza being, quote, at risk of deteriorating further before the court renders its final judgment.
France experienced a turbulent start to the new year with a series of farmer protests resulting in the damage of government property and severe traffic delays due to roadblocks. The upheaval commenced on January 16th with the first demonstration by octane farmers in the Toulouse. Since this initial incident, farmers around the country have aimed to put Paris, quote, under siege, end quote. The protesters involve hordes of tractors and on public roadways and the dumping on agricultural waste at the gates of government offices. The French farmers' unions demand better compensation for produce as well as protection against cheap imported competition. Currently, two of France's largest farmer unions have threatened to march on the capital. France's Interior Ministry responded with the deployment of 15,000 security forces around the Paris region. New Prime Minister of France, Gabriel Attal, promised to address the farmers' concerns in the coming weeks.
Japan established itself as the 5th country to safely land a spacecraft on the moon this past month with their new robotic explorer, Moon Sniper. Moon Sniper executed a precise landing on the lunar surface January 19th. The lander was at most 10 meters off its mark, which demonstrates an unprecedented level of precision. However, the craft notably landed upside down. This caused the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency, or JAXA, to lose connection to the rover as the spacecraft's solar panels were unable to generate electricity. JAXA elected to conserve the craft's power by shutting down the spacecraft only 2.5 hours after the landing. Unexpectedly, JAXA was able to re-establish communication with Moon Sniper Monday morning, and the agency has said that the lunar lander mission, which includes an analysis of rock composition to gain clues about the origin of the moon, will now continue as planned.
3 U.S. Army troops were killed and 34 injured in a drone attack on the small U.S. outpost in Jordan early Sunday. The attack took place overnight and is linked to Iran. However, the exact militia group responsible has yet to be determined. The attack occurred at a support base known as Tower 22 in northeast Jordan near the Syrian border. This U.S. base is used to provide logistical support to opposition groups in Al-Tanaf in Syria, as well to counter Iran's activities in the general region. The drone struck near the troops' sleeping quarters, explaining the high casualty count from this unexpected attack. President Biden has vowed that the U.S., quote, shall respond, end quote.
A group of developers want to construct the nation's tallest skyscraper in none other than Oklahoma City. They plan for the skyscraper, the Legends Tower, to reach 1,907 feet tall, making the structure not only the tallest building in the U.S., but the 5th tallest in the world. Currently, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai holds the record for the tallest skyscraper in the world, amounting to 2,716 feet tall. The new tower in OKC would be more than twice the height of Oklahoma City's current largest building. The 50 Developers believe the height addition to the Legends Tower would drive the, quote, expansion and diversification of the growing economy in OKC, drawing in investment, new businesses, and jobs.
So, moon landing, except the craft landed upside down. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. I heard that Japan was like sending something, and obviously they were close, but it obviously toppled. But it's crazy that it did like reestablish connection after just a couple days.
Yeah, that is quite impressive. Well, that's all the news we have for you all today.
I'm Brenton.
I'm Jono. Thanks for watching.
TUTeehee, that's too funny. All right, from anchor's desk to host chair, I'd like to welcome everybody to Jono Rice.
Hey.
And Jono, it's great for you to be up here. It's a
Thank you all
familiar
for
sight, and I know it was a quick run from the anchor's desk.
It was a little bit of a light jog, but I'm always down for that additional exercise. Oh, yeah.
Well, when I heard I was interviewing you today, I misheard you. I thought he was saying, "Oh yeah, I'm doing an interview for TUTV." I was like, "Why would we be doing an interview for our own show on our show?" But in fact, we're doing TUTeehee, which, from my understanding, is TU's new comedy club.
Yeah.
So why don't you give a little bit of an introduction?
Absolutely. So pretty much TUTeehee is our on-campus comedy troupe, and we're actually going to be going through our charting process today at Senate at around 9. So very excited for that. But in this club, pretty much we perform pretty much on-campus skits, pre-recorded videos that we upload on our Instagram. And pretty much we have a lot of workshops throughout the weeks that pretty much entail us practicing, getting comfortable with our acting skills, projecting our voices, pretty much anything you would need at our end of the year event, which is a variety show. So we're going to be using a lot of different talents and a lot of different skills that have been sharpened over the semester, and we're looking forward to performing for TU's community.
So kind of like an SNL type, skit group.
Similar to SNL, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of overlap. I will say, maybe I'm biased towards TUTeehee, but SNL may be on the decline, these days. So I'm just saying.
That's a hot take, but I feel like I think it's a shared take by many.
Nice.
But I don't watch it, but I see it, a few times, and I won't disagree with you.
Thank you.
So
no, I appreciate that. Means a lot.
Right?
Yes.
So maybe we could get we do our semester live stream. Maybe we could utilize a little TUTeehee and the TUTV, right?
A little TUTeehee intermission. Absolutely, right? I'm down for that.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of demand and a lot of hype around this group. Where can any of our viewers that are interested in TUTeehee get involved?
Got you, yeah. So we do meet weekly on Thursdays from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. And during those meetings, like I said, we'll either be doing workshop routines, or we'll be going over general rules of our club. That's what we did last week. We kind of built our club constitution in that meeting. So it was really, nice getting all these different, viewpoints to come together and make, I guess, our legislation pretty much. But yeah, generally 5 to 6 p.m. on Thursdays. And sometimes we will be having our practices for our variety show. And those will be, I guess, we'll announce those later this month. So, next month. So yeah.
And where? From 5 to 6 on Thursday?
Yes, so it's going to be in Chapman Hall, room 123, 5 to 6, yeah. Right. Great spacious room.
Yeah. So, any last minute,
Yes.
got any, upcoming events, anything to, get TU involved? We would love to, come out and support.
Absolutely. So I actually did fail to mention, in addition to our variety show, we're going to be having our stand-up show, which is in the middle of the semester, around midterm times. So, we're actually starting our production on that, as of last week.
Okay, great.
It's been a very hectic week, absolutely, but, things are looking good. Getting our rooms in LPC reserved. Everything's going swimmingly. And if you are interested in joining us, please hop on over to TUTeehee, 2 E's for both the T and the he part. And then pretty much follow us, and you also get a link to our GroupMe, which is in our bio. So by joining that, you'll be up to date on all of our shenanigans that we have going on.
Right. Yeah. Well, perfect time for a show, right at midterms, a little bit of stress relief, a little bit of laughter to lighten everybody's mood. I think that's a great idea.
Absolutely.
And not to put you on the spot, but do you have a joke for us, a little bit of laughter for our show today? Or you can deny.
Oh gosh,
but
I wasn't ready, but
little selling point for the viewers.
Yeah, sure. Okay, what do you? How are you guys doing today? Would you say you're doing good?
I'm doing good.
Would you say you all are doing, all right?
I would say I'm doing all right.
No, you're all left. Whoops.
Don't drop the mic. I think that was great. I give you an applause.
Thank you so much.
And it's been a pleasure interviewing you. As always, I'm glad to be sitting next to you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And we'll get back to the anchor's desk. We'll see you soon.
See you.
Hi, and welcome back to TUTV. I'm Brenton Jennings.
And I'm Roma Carter. We got some exciting sports news this week. Let's get right into it. The University of Tulsa's men's basketball team fought through tense final moments to clinch an 85-83 win over Rice for its first road win in over 2 years and the first head coach win by Eric Conkle. Tulsa dominated Rice from the jump and held a 14-point lead late in the second half. 4 out of the 5 Tulsa starters found themselves in double-digit points, with freshman phenom P.J. Haggerty leading the team with 21 points. In the last minute, Rice made a push as the Owls nearly came back from a 10-point deficit with under a minute to go. Jared Garcia secured the win for the Golden Hurricanes after a blocked 3-point shot and layup with 0.3 seconds left on the clock. Tulsa improves to 11-8 on the year and secures their second win in the American Conference. Tulsa would take on the Wichita State Shockers on Wednesday at 6 p.m.
The Tulsa women's basketball team are hitting their mid-season stride as they add a 4th win to their win streak after their 65-55 win over Charlotte. Tulsa is now just 2 games back from first place in the American Conference, second only to North Texas, who is 7-1 in conference play. In the game against Charlotte, Delaney Crawford led the team with 21 points, one of 4 other Tulsa players also in double digits. With a home battle against North Texas on the horizon, Tulsa is heating up at the right time to make a run for a conference title.
Tulsa men's tennis is off to a hot start to begin their spring season as the team stands 3-1 overall. Their 3 wins come by 2 7-0 victories over Oral Roberts and Illinois State, with a 4-3 victory over Princeton. Their 1 loss came at the hands of number 5 ranked TCU to cap off the ITA kickoff weekend, with TCU having 4 top 125 athletes on their roster, it was a good opportunity for the Golden Hurricane to take top competition early in the season. A battle against Oklahoma and a rematch against Princeton are coming up to their second set of home matches for Tulsa.
Tulsa women's tennis sits at 5-2 on the season, with their 2 losses coming in back-to-back road games against Ole Miss and Memphis. Athletes to watch are Maria Berlanga and Alexandra Naherska. The two have the highest win totals on the team. Berlanga, a junior from Spain, sits at the top of the team with 12-3 win total. Naherska, the 5th-year OERU transfer out of Ukraine, is second with 11 wins and 5 losses. While undefeated at home, the Lady Golden Hurricanes will have a tough matchup at the start of February as Purdue and Tulane come to the Case Tennis Center as they attempt to take away Tulsa's 5-0 record at home.
The Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers will meet in the Super Bowl 57 hosted in Las Vegas on February 11th. This will be a matchup of the rematch of the 2020 Super Bowl, where the Kansas City Chiefs came out with the victory with a score of 31-20. There will be a vast array of new faces. For the 49ers, second-year quarterback Brock Purdy will be making his Super Bowl debut alongside MVP candidate Christian McCaffrey. Kansas City is no stranger to the Super Bowl, as this is their 4th trip in the last 5 years. This time, they seem to have a good luck charm in singer and pop icon Taylor Swift. Swift has been a constant fan of the Kansas City Chiefs-based franchise ever since she began dating tight end star Travis Kelce. With the Lombardi Trophy up for grabs, who will be crowned the champion?
So Roma, as you said, the Super Bowl is going to be between the Chiefs and the 49ers once again. It's funny that the script also said that Taylor Swift is like this good luck charm, because it seemed like once that was announced that those two were dating, they were just on a losing streak. They weren't just playing the same as we see them now, but now here they are, and they're in the Super Bowl against the 49ers.
I think she is a good luck charm. I mean, pulling through to the Super Bowl is a really big accomplishment for the Chiefs, especially second year in a row. That's impressive. Although I have the Niners.
Yeah,
I have the Niners.
I'm gonna be a hater. I know they're really good. I know the Chiefs are really good, but I'm impartial to root for Brock Purdy. Mr. Irrelevant.
I'm with you on that.
All right, that was sports. I'm Brenton Jennings.
I'm Roma Carter. We'll see you next time. Long time no see. I'm Roma Carter.
And I'm John O. Rice. We got some incredible jaw-dropping entertainment news stories to get in today, so let's jump right in. An article published by U.S. News Today details the lyrical feud between the rappers Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. It is stated that Megan Thee Stallion references Nicki Minaj in a verse on her song Hiss. Megan raps that, quote, "These hoes don't be mad at Megan, these hoes mad at Megan's law," end quote. According to the article, this is an apparent jab at Nicki Minaj for marrying a sex offender, as Megan's law is a, quote, federal law that requires registered sex offenders to provide their personal information to local law enforcement agencies, end quote. Nicki Minaj went on Instagram Live soon after the song was released and responded to the assumed jab by making her freestyle where she says, quote, "She like 6 foot, I call her Bigfoot, fell off, I said get on up on your good foot," end quote. This was an apparent comment referencing the 2020 shooting where rapper Tory Lanez was accused of shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. Megan has not responded to the comments shared on Nicki Minaj's live stream.
This past Sunday, Halle Bailey fired back at an ex-user who accused her of lying about her pregnancy. Bailey responded to the user by saying, quote, "I never lied or even said anything about it, honey. Making a joke about my nose was the farthest I went. If you don't want to see it, just keep scrolling, baby. LOL, God bless you," end quote. Bailey soon announced on X that, quote, "LOL, my hormones have been on 10 recently, so I'm gonna go back to staying off Twitter. Love you all," end quote. Bailey and her boyfriend DDG announced the birth of their child named Halo in a social media post earlier this month.
According to a statement shared by Paramount Global on February 12th, Jon Stewart will return as the host of The Daily Show. The 27-year-old series released an official statement with Chris McCarthy, the CEO of Showtime MTV Entertainment, where it was stated that, quote, Jon Stewart is the voice of our generation. In our age of staggering hypocrisy and performative politics, Jon is the perfect person to puncture the empty rhetoric and provide much-needed clarity with his brilliant wit, end quote.
Lisa Beasley, also known as Corporate Erin to TikTokers, is writing a book titled Circle Back, Follow Up, Close the Loop. In an interview with CNN, Beasley shared that, quote, for 2 years, I have been working on a corporate dictionary. I'm very excited for people to kind of nail down this critical language and understand why it's critical for us to use this language, end quote. Another cubicle comedians who also find humor in playing their roles of a micromanaging boss or manager, such as Corporate Natalie, give advice to members of Gen Z in a comedic and short-form way. Corporate Natalie shared in a statement with CNN that it brings light to this reality that all of us are kind of experiencing at different times in our careers and in our lives around our this is new normal of corporate America.
Actors Selena Gomez, David Henry, and Jake T. Austin announced that they would be reprising their roles in the upcoming reboot of Wizards of Waverly Place earlier this month. The pilot will take place in the modern day after a major event has caused some members of the family to leave their powers and spells in the past. The original series aired on the Disney Channel from 2007 to 2012. Gomez had an interview with CNN where she revealed that the older I get, the more I'm kind of like, I would like to find something to just settle on. I wanted to be an actress. I never really intended on being a singer full-time, but apparently that hobby turned into something else.
So I don't know about you, but the Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion beef really stood out to me, and I've been seeing it a lot on social media. I want to get your take on it.
Yes, if you're like on any corner of the internet, I feel like you've had to have heard about this. Yeah, my personal take is, you know, this is not the Nicki Minaj I grew up with, honestly. It was just, I don't really like, I guess, fighting in the music industry anyways, but it's just really hard to see, especially like as someone who like was her, I guess, essentially coworker, like, you know, collaborator. Yeah, on a Hot Girl Summer. So yeah.
I know it was so sad to see that they were beefing over, I mean, what seems to be kind of pointless, but at the same time, the shots were taken and some people got hurt.
Absolutely.
But that's all for this week. My name is Roma Carter.
And I'm John O'Rice. We will see y'all next week.
Should I cancel school? It would make the students happy, but I don't think college is supposed to do that. But the roads are completely iced over, and people's pipes are freezing. Then again, it's only like a tissue-thin layer of ice, and my office has plenty of hot water. This is too hard to decide on my own. I'm gonna need to ask the machine. Goldie, I just don't know what to do.
Well, OSU Rosa and Rosa Public Schools have already shut down. Why don't we just do what Ray did?
No, I'm not gonna just jump on the cancel school bandwagon. I think we need to just wait for the machine to give us an answer.
Design the freezer.
Oh no, Goldie, it's the freezer!
And now I am going to freeze you all.
Goldie, we gotta cancel school before... Goldie! Okay, I've learned my lesson. Next time, let's just cancel school so this doesn't happen again.
It was a great, return of Brad Carson Adventures. I always love watching them. They always bring me such joy.
So entertaining.
Right?
And speaking of entertaining, we had a lot of interesting entertainment that was discussed.
It truly was jaw-dropping. And it's interesting. I always love sitting here listening to all the news and hearing stuff that I wouldn't hear. Because I may have heard it in passing, but I honestly have no idea what's going on with Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. So that's always fun to hear.
I must admit, I feel a little out of touch because I had not heard of that until right now, basically.
We're supposed to be the media generation, and there's stuff happening on the internet that I don't know about, and it's really
Exactly.
upsetting, so.
I mean, I had my internship today at an elementary, and I think those 4th and 5th graders probably knew more about it than I did.
Yeah, that is scary to think about. That
Absolutely.
we are becoming old enough that we are becoming outdated.
It's this new TikTok generation. I feel like I sound very old saying that,
Growing up, with Instagram and TikTok. I didn't have a phone until I was in 8th grade, so.
Oh yeah, I didn't get one until I was in 6th grade, and my parents' reasoning was soccer practice, got a call to get picked up.
As it should be. But now, these 3rd graders are growing up with a phone in their hand, with a computer in front of their face.
It's the size of their hand, if not bigger.
Exactly. So, I didn't truly know how to work a computer until I was in high school.
Exactly.
So,
well,
that may be a shot at my own intelligence, but still,
It is something to admit, but it's out there.
Right? So, well, I think that'll be it for today. Welcome back. Glad you could join us, Avery.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week.
See you
for
next
now,
week.
it's Joe McCurdy
Avery Jamerson
signing off.